Data is the DNA of any business. At National List Services, we focus on one ideal. We offer marketing solutions that fit. We're not interested in selling you data. We're interested in selling you the primary solution to the problem you have today. As a data broker and aggregator, we have access to the top data sets and know where everyone is getting their data from. We identify your demand, the needs of what your customers are, where people are in life, what stages they find themselves in, and their backgrounds that most fit your necessity level. National List Services looks for a long-term solution to what your data needs are, and more importantly, we will educate you on the industry, what to ask other data sources, what to look for, and what to say. Our job is ethics-oriented and getting you what you need right now when it comes to data. Book a call with us today at nationallistservices.com.
Welcome to Data Don't Lie this week. Happy to have you here. Today, we are continuing with our theme about realtors, real estate agents, how we can help you reach out. Now, is this data just for them? No. This today covers new movers, and that is appropriate data for any business looking to grow and get new customers, especially in the local area. So we're going to feature this, but it is not exclusive to realtors, to people selling homes, clearly, or any one industry. This is amazing data for everyone. So I'm going to pull up National List Services and get to showing you some of the details here. So we're going to scroll down. So you'll see when you log in, and you can come visit here without having a login. Our encouragement is to give you back control of your marketing, to get the data you need, and then help you execute on it if you don't have a plan of action. So we can help with every step of the way. But part of that is education, which is what I'm trying to do today, show you a little bit about our site and how you can use it. And so you don't have to commit to a login. If you do register, it's free, won't hurt you, and you'll see so many more options. So I'm going to share the new movers file. And if you scroll down, we have every little tile for different files here, and there's quite a few. But what we're going to focus on today is the National New Movers List. And obviously, usually when you're looking for new movers, you're focusing on your local area. So as usual, every week, I hope I don't sound like a broken record, but it focuses first on geography because you need to start with where you're advertising. So geography is our first selection. It's always top tab navigation, and the first tab that pops up is geography. So here's where you would pick your counties, your zip code. You could map out an area. There's mapping as an option here, right here. And there's also radius option. Within mapping, you can do radiuses. And if you have a few different areas you want to map and you don't want them to overlap, or if they overlap, you want it to dedupe, you could do that here under mapping. There's multiple radius options. So I'm going to put in, and it blurped me back out. I'm going to go to new movers. And I'm going to do county-wide. I'm going to do county level, So let me go to my state. And unfortunately, if you don't tell me what you're looking for, I base everything on me. I'm very selfish on this, so I usually use my geography and things that I am familiar with. So let me come over here and get to the counties. If you hit search, once you pick your state, it's going to give you a list. It's awesome, of all the counties. So maybe you don't know your county code, which most of us don't. I was going to say, is mine the county code that used to be on your driver's or on your car license plate is not your county code when it comes to data. So I'm going to pick a few counties right around me. I'm going to pick mine, the one to the south and the one to the north. There we go. And I'm going to add my selected counties. As of right now, if you look on the left, nothing is added. No changes are saved. So once we add a selection and we save it, it shows up there. So I like to think of this when I waitressed, I would write down an order, their drink, their appetizer, what they want to eat. For each person, this is keeping a list of the menu. It's the order. So on the left-hand side, you can see exactly what you've selected. So I'm going to go to additional selections. Now here it breaks it up by homeowner, details, which is about the person, address, all the selections, household, who makes up who lives in that house or that address, and then telephone. So I'm going to do all selections. I want to see all my options. So here I'm going to point out a few key items we use when working with new mover data. So usually who uses this, like I mentioned, was realtors, doctors and dentists, any place, yard services, any sort of service in your area where you're needing a homeowner. New movers are a good start for your services, especially for like doctors, restaurants, places in the community that matters neither way if you're a homeowner or a renter, not a matter. Because new movers, a lot of times, at least we've seen in our area, you know your demographics, and I know mine. So in my demographic, new movers are usually coming to our area because of a job transfer or a new hire, and they're spending time in an apartment possibly until they buy a home. So on the new movers, it does distinguish homeowner or renter. You can reach any new mover in your area, whether they bought a house in your area or are living in an apartment in your area. They're still new. They still need to know about your services. So clearly, if you're a realtor, you're probably going to come over here to a homeowner and you're going to pick renters. You want to see who's new in the area that might be looking for a house because they're going to settle and stay here. They're not just staying in an apartment because they want to live in an apartment. So I'm going to pick renter. And I'm going to continue. I'm not going to pick the indicators here. I don't think you have to. Yes, you have to. So we'll do it on a household level and continue. Household is defined by surname. So that might help educate a little bit more what these terms mean. So we're going to pick renters in our area. And I'm going to recalculate this and see how many new movers, renters. So there's 19 on this file that have information available. Yes, there's probably more new movers, but here's why that number is lower. When you move, it's up to you to report all your change of address. And so if you are a responsible person contributing to the community, most likely you have taken care of that. If you are transient and live in apartments like some renters do, they move from place to place, not really putting down roots or changing their address when it changes with everybody who needs to know. That's a caveat to renters. So not all renters are that way. I'm not saying anything, but that can happen. So the numbers are a little bit lower. Let's come over here though and do homeowner and recalculate and see what that total is. Much higher. So we had a lot of people move into the area who bought a home. So you can catch those before they buy a home right here. And some of the other selections you may have seen on here, I'm going to focus on those as well. So you can pick distance of move, which I love. I'm going to share that in just a moment in detail. You can pick personal information, their income. That might help you decide, hey, if I'm a realtor and I'm wanting to propose, hey, if you're looking for a home in the area, let's do business together. Here's my information. Love to show you around town. You may have a certain income range that you're wanting to focus on so that they could afford a home in your area. Maybe you focus on homes that are for families. Maybe that's a niche you have and can fill. Here's number of children present. On here, there is a phone available. Let's see what it tells us. I believe these would be already scrubbed phones. So on another video, we're going to do this another time. There are certain waivers and permissions that you would need as a business owner to call people and solicit your services. We're going to help with that in the future. It's called a SANS number. If you reach out to us, we can email you information on how to get one if you don't have one. And then when you do decide to order, you can save that number in our system. So it's there for, I believe it's a year or two before it expires. And you can continue to order as much as you want because you already have your number in the system and it makes it easy for you. So let's go back and look at this distance of move because that's one other thing I wanted to focus on real quick. And then we'll wrap it up. This file really is simple. It is self-explanatory. What new mover do you want to reach? So what's nice about this is distance of move. You can pick moved within the same zip code, moved within the same SCF, which is a general area. Google that, SCF. Out of area, if they move from a far ways away, that's a better indicator that perhaps they're looking to settle down in your community, but aren't familiar with the community yet. They don't know. They don't have a realtor. They don't have any connections. They just got here. Or you could pick uncoded or null. You don't know. We don't know either way. So if you're wanting to pick one specific one and leave it, great. If you want to pick out of area or we don't know, that's fine too. Whatever is going to help you reach the right audience of who needs your services, who needs your help. This is how you can locate them and find them. So on this file, you're going to get postal information, their name, their address, and whatever selections you have chosen, it's going to populate on that list. So you know what you're getting, because that's part of the unknown. I don't know what's going to be on this list. I don't want to commit to this. I can tell you that's what's on the list. And if you want, let me recalculate this. I'm down to 6. Let's do real quick so I can show you this example. Let's go to homeowners and renters and continue. From out of area or unknown. Okay, so here's my list. This is what I want. Let me check out. This is how you can see exactly what's going to be on the output before you order, so you know what you're getting. Because again, knowledge is power. So let's go ahead and place order. There's these nice buttons at the bottom of the screen, and don't go too far. You'll know you're buying when you put your credit card number in. So it's not going to be confusing. So here, I want all these records. Yes. One-time use, that applies to mailing. If you're going to mail out postcards to your new movers and you're going to do it just once, pick one-time use. If you're going to mail to them 2 times, that's better. So pick 2 times. This allows you to use this list twice instead of doing it once and then buying it from us again. Pick your selections ahead of time if you're planning multiple mailings. Now, the ideal reach out is 3 or more, honestly, in connection with possibly some nerd magic we offer, like digital ads. So they're familiar with you. They see your face. They consider you someone in the community they need to know or are familiar with because they've seen your postcard. They possibly have seen digital ads you're placing. You become more top of mind to them. So that will change the cost, but for now, let's just do one-time use. For example's sake right now, the next screen is where you're going to find your output or your layout. Now, I will post in the chat, we do have our learning center. So all of this is covered in videos that will show how to use the system. So you don't have to go back and watch all my YouTubes, all my shows to find out all this information. You can find it right here at our video learning center. So I'm going to put that in the chat. There we go. That's where we need to be to see videos and help. So let me click continue again. The system, of course, because I'm live, it's being a little bit slow. Let's refresh and hope it saves my search. And it's just locked up because that's what happens sometimes when you're on a live. But on the next screen, if you go to the Learning Center, you can see this on the videos. You would click special layout and it'll show you what's included. And then you can add other items should you choose. You can rearrange the order. It's really simple and easy. Yep, there we go. We're done. But I appreciate you guys showing up and checking out what we have to share each week, because we want you to take your marketing back in your own control and in your hands and enable you to be able to find exactly who you need, get the right list, and then reach out to them and continue to grow. We use our logo, data, insight, execution. We're going to get you the right solution to fix your problem and then help you execute on it if you need it. And it all starts with the data. So join us next week here on Data Don't Lie on Thursday. And we're going to cover the National Consumer File. And we're going to look at those who are looking for a new home. I had to look at my cheat sheet because every week we have it all planned out. So there are options to find people who plan or intend to buy in the next 12 months. I'll show you how to find those people on next week's show. So tongue-tied. So join me then, and I'll be able to give you some more insights onto National List Services. Feel free to click around. Again, you'll know you're buying if you put in your credit card number. So have fun, search things out. Let me know if you need any help. Audrey at firstdirectmarketing.com or our support team, support at firstdirectmarketing.com. We're here to help you out with national list counts. And we also have an online chat. So if you need help in your online life, let us know. We're here. We're here. You will support you and answer any questions you have. Until then, be great because nothing else pays.